my channel, or welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, thank you so much for stopping by my channel. We have a lot of new people, so welcome. I'm so glad that you guys found my channel interesting enough to subscribe to. And if you are not new, thank you as always for being loyal. I appreciate you guys. So let's go ahead and get into this video. We're gonna talk about my CF experience. Oh, and before I get started, if you are interested in this shirt, it is now available on my website, and let me just show it to y'all. Black speech pathologists matter. I also have one for Black audiologists and Black speech assistants, so go get your shirt now because these are not going to be in stock long. If you look in the description box below, I have the website linked. Go get it. If you spend over $40, I have some notebooks, some stickers, some other cool things. Get one for you, get one for a friend. You get free shipping. Okay, so go shop, go shop, go shop. So let's go ahead and get into my CF experience. So if you guys have been keeping up with my channel and what I've been talking about, I completed my CF just recently in the month of May. I actually completed my 9-month CF. If you don't know what a CF is, it is your clinical fellowship year. This is the year, the 9-month period that you are working independently, but you have a supervisor. So you're working as a clinical fellow. And just during that time, you basically just have someone that you can kind of reach out to, mentors, that kind of monitors and checks you, make sure you know what you're doing type thing, and helps you along the way, just like a doctor would have a residency. That's just our residency for clinical speech language pathology. So it takes 9 months. I completed mine at a outpatient rehab center, and honestly, I think it was a great experience overall. I also had the experience to get cross-trained in inpatient and acute care. As you guys know, I really love acute care. I really want to hopefully be full-time in acute care and in the NICU. Those are like my long-term goals within my speech language pathology career, and some other things, so I'm always working on something. But you have to do a fellowship year because you need those C's. And to do my fellowship, I applied everywhere I could. I really wanted medical, and so that is the only places that I applied to. Now, in order for me to get that, I kind of had to be willing to move away. And you guys, when you're beginning your career, I would just really encourage you, whatever setting you really want to get into, just take that leap. If you can financially, if you can emotionally, take that leap and just go wherever you need to go for your fellowship, just to start. You might find out that you really love the area you're in, or it just may be a good opportunity for you to get your foot in the door in the area that you really truly want to work in. So for me, I loved it. I had a great experience. Like I said, I've just had the opportunity to learn so much. Guys, I really worked with probably almost every disorder, and I had the opportunity to work with pediatrics and adults. My youngest patient was about maybe 2 years old. My oldest patient was probably 97. If you are getting into your CF, I know people always ask me, what do you need to do to get a medical CF? Honestly, when you're coming out of your externship rotation sites, that's really all you have for your resume. So once you're leaving grad school, you only have the extern sites that you worked at. Put that on your resume. If you did every single thing you did, any courses you took, anything extra you did, put it on your resume. Make sure that you just apply. The only thing that people can tell you is no when you already don't have a CF. So you're applying for one. So just apply where you want to go. People know when you do apply that you have limited experience. They are expecting for you to not have as much experience in the setting that you may be applying to, but some places are willing to give you a chance, like the one I had. With all of that, I want to share with you guys maybe like the top 5 tips that I would give you guys as advice as you are applying for your CF or as you're transitioning into your CF. These are things that I would really encourage you guys to do. Either I did them or wish I did them, so they would be a little more helpful. The first thing I would like you guys to do, or would encourage you to do, is just to go and try to visit your site. You want to have a really good idea of where you're going to be, what your expectations of you will be, how your setting looks. If you don't have the opportunity to go to the job prior to taking the job, because you know, once we graduate, like, you're just ready to get a job at this point. If you don't have that opportunity, I would encourage you to really ask, what are my expectations? What do you expect of me? What does my caseload look like? What am I responsible for? what documentation am I responsible for? How much time do I have with documentation? Will there be, you know, time set aside for me, as since I'm being new, to have more time to get my documentation done? Those are the questions that I wish I would have asked, so I would encourage you guys to ask those questions. I honestly didn't ask all those questions, and honestly, when I was transitioning in, some things kind of went down and people were transitioning out, so I kind of got like left with like a pretty heavy, extensive caseload that really just all fell on me, and I was able to handle it, but it was really a lot. And I was also responsible for like plan of cares, getting authorizations, medical authorizations for these patients, and keeping track of all that, sending things to the doctors to get signed, waiting for that to come back, then getting the off, then waiting for that to come back, then scheduling. Like, there was a lot, guys, and I appreciate it because I learned so much, and it's something that I can take to the next job. But coming in, that would have been great to know, so that I'm coming in knowing what the expectation of me is, what the expectation of my role is as the clinician at whatever site I'm at. I would also encourage you guys to ensure that your CF supervisor will have time set to meet with you. So you guys already have to meet 3 months during your, or 3 times during your 9-month period. So every 3 months you guys would meet and just go over how your performance was the prior 3 months. And this is really good because it gives you the opportunity to learn from your supervisor, and also for her to kind of let you know, him or her, let you know like how you're doing, what you could improve on. You could really ask questions on things that maybe have came up within that last 3 months. But in addition to that, I think it is very, very, very important for you to ensure that your supervisor will have time to observe you, time set aside for you guys to meet, because honestly, transitioning to a job after you've been in school, like this is your first job, it is overwhelming. You're learning a new place, you're learning a new location, you're learning a new people, you're learning a new job, and you're learning new clients. So you have a lot that you're taking in, and you just got out of grad school, so you like are trying to build your own self-confidence, your own clinical competence, and then you're still being questioned with everything else. That can be a lot. It can be really overwhelming. It was for me. So I would encourage you guys to make sure that your supervisor is going to have time to meet with you throughout your 9 months, more than those 3 times, and more than just observing you and not having time to exactly talk about it, so that you guys can be on the same page, and it will definitely help you build your confidence. For me, I didn't really have as much time because my supervisor was really busy. Granted, she was really helpful though. Like, we made time where we could, and she really tried to, you know, go above and beyond to make sure that we could just meet up. She had like an open door policy. I could just always walk in there, ask her questions. So we really were able to navigate that, which is, again, like I said, I really had a great CF. But I have friends just now that did not have that same experience. They had supervisors that they could not get in touch with, supervisors that were not helpful, supervisors that did not go out of their way to help them, you know, transition into this new job at this field. They had to rely on other people to, you know, provide advice, to guide them, and that can be really tough being a CF. So I would encourage you guys to just, you know, talk to your supervisor and talk to the people that may be over them to make sure, like, hey, me coming in, I need this extra time. And don't be afraid to let them know that you need that, which leads me to my next tip. You're an adult. So I know for me, I was like, oh, I just work here, like I don't really know, and I didn't know anything, but at the same time, I'm an adult. I have this job for a reason. So I want you guys to just also just build that confidence when it comes to just standing up for yourself, standing up for what you want. You know, don't think because you're the youngest or because you're the newest person here that you don't deserve that same level of, whether it's respect, whether it's inclusion, whether it's whatever it is. And I'm saying those words because if I haven't experienced it, I've heard people in my shoes that have experienced that during their CF. And everybody's experience is going to be totally different. So really just kind of go in and knowing the value you're bringing, because you just finished 2 years of graduate school. You had externships where you were leading at these externships. Like, you're bringing a lot to the table. Even though you don't think you know much, you don't think you have a lot to bring to the table, you're bringing a lot to the table. You have a new insight. You're up to date on a lot of research that maybe some of the people you're working with have not learned quite yet, because like we said, this is lifelong learning. So they're probably still learning that, but you had the opportunity to learn that during your last 2 years, because 9 times out of 10, everything you're researching, everything we're writing papers on, we're using the latest research. So you just bring a new perspective into your job, which people are gonna appreciate. So understand the value you bring, because you're valuable. The next tip is just don't be afraid to not know. You're not, with that, with you bringing all this good stuff to the table, you're also not gonna know everything. And it's okay to just say, hey, I don't know. One thing that my supervisor we talked about is that we'll just say something like, oh, let me just go really quick and confirm a few things before I finish explaining this to you. Or let me go grab something real quick, and then I'll run to her office and be like, hey, da 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 da. And if it was something that was really hard for me, she'll just walk in and help me out with it, or we'll like talk about it and I'll be like, boom, cool, okay, yeah, great, all right, and then I'll go back in. And I mean, it's part of the job. Like, sometimes you have to do that, and there's nothing wrong with not knowing. It's better for you to say, I'm gonna follow back up with you. I'm gonna, you know, confirm a few things before I, you know, finalize everything with you, than just telling people something you just kind of made up and it's completely wrong. So just don't be afraid to not know. You're not gonna know everything, never. So always be, you know, teachable, and always be willing to ask for help. Those are the top tips I have for you guys. I really want you guys to just be encouraged throughout your CFs. You know, if you have any further questions, anything you want clarified, feel free to give me some comments below, DM me, follow me on the SLPway.com, or that's my website. Follow me at the SLP Way, or at the Diamonds and Needs, whatever platform you want to, you know, follow me on. DM me. I answer all DMs. Sometimes I'll like things, but then I always get back to every question. So, you know, go ahead and feel free to reach out to me on any platform, and I will definitely respond. So that is all I have for you guys. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you want some more information, some more details, let me know. I have been getting a lot of DMs about doing another day in the life video. I want to let you guys know that I'm not sure if I can do that again, because my job actually sent out this updated social media policy, and I don't really think I can record like I did before. I'm gonna try, and I was working on a video, but then I was like, I don't want to break any rules. So I'm gonna try to maybe do something where I can maybe record my day prior, maybe record my lunch break, because that's my time, and then maybe record the end of my day, and then like kind of talk you guys through it. I know it's not gonna be the same, and I don't know, we're gonna figure out something, because I would really love to show you guys a day in the life again. But again, working for a hospital, there are privacy rules that you gotta follow, so I'm sure it's like a whole bunch of stuff going on here. Anyways, that is all I have for you guys. I really enjoyed talking to you today. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video. Go buy this shirt. Go.
You, I was gonna run for you, you know it's true. I never wanna see you stressing. No, I never wanna see you stressing. God's gotta run for you, run for you. And girl, you're a blessing. I never wanna see you stressing. Cause baby girl,